Hey everybody, Tim and Julie here for today's story of Batman, 1966, Adam West, episodes 5 and 6, Joker is wild, Batman is riled. Right off the top, what'd you think?
It was funny.
It was funny?
There was a lot of things in it that had to chuckle at. Yeah.
Okay.
But it was great.
So as you can tell by the title, so this is the third story, 2, 4, 6. Yep. So yeah. The third story, we got the Riddler, we got the Penguin. Mm-hmm. Now we finally have the Joker. Joker's my favorite villain. Oh, look at that. That's clearly the Mark Hamill Joker from like 1992. Love the Joker. Cesar Romero. I don't know. I don't really know Cesar Romero from very much. I know he was in like Ocean's 11, like the original Ocean's 11 with Frank Sinatra. Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't know. I know, like you can tell from the makeup and stuff, but it's kind of infamous at this point. That's one of the things about doing reviews 30 plus years after the series. That he had a mustache and he refused to shave. Yeah, and so they just painted over it. So if you look at him really closely, you can see his mustache through the paint. But yeah, overall, it's the first like cinematic debut of the Joker, most famous villain ever. We see him again in the Burton movies, played by Jack Nicholson. We see him again in the Nolan movies, played by Heath Ledger. In the animated series, he's played by Mark Hamill. Like, the Joker is always, like, this standout performance. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Like, to be honest with you, like, the story, like, it was good. Like, I liked it. Yeah. But it didn't stand out to me. Like, it didn't jump out. No. But I liked it. So like I said, it starts out with the Gotham State Penitentiary, which is important because as somebody who, again, reads the comics, watches all the shows and everything, we'll see it turn into like Arkham Asylum, which is the big, like Arkham Asylum is where everybody's like it's the insane asylum. Mm-hmm. But right now it's just the Gotham State Penitentiary, and seeing him play baseball.
Him and his chuckle. After every pitch.
Yep. We once again see the Dick and Bruce polls, which I swear to God, they switched spots. I thought Bruce was on the left, Dick was on the right, but they switched in this one. I don't know. We have to go back and rewatch it. We have to go back to the pilot and rewatch it. At one point, the Joker brings up like the hateful Harlequin of laughing or something. He brings up the word Harlequin at some point, which, again, boom! I'm a Harley Quinn fan as well. So, like, I feel like that's so Harley Quinn the character of Harley Quinn was first introduced in the 1992 animated series. So, again, I feel like that's a little bit of, like, I feel like Bruce Timm, or somebody, like saw this episode and was like, ooh, there you go. That's where we're gonna go. So we get that. He does say he is the Clown Prince of Crime.
Yes.
Which is a classic title for the Joker. Towards the end of the first episode, he's like in an opera and he's wearing a mask. Mm-hmm. That mask is what the Joker wears in the Tim Nolan movies, where Heath Ledger's robbing the bank. He's wearing that same mask. So that's a great shout out to that.
Yeah, I just thought that scene was, God, that guy can't sing.
Yeah. That's how I feel about most operas, actually. But whatever. So we get that. It's the third story in. So 2, 4, the 5th episode, I guess. Mm-hmm. Same bat time, same bat channel. Finally get it. Took 5 episodes.
Even though it still said the same as before, yeah.
But you could, like, the announcer said it. Okay, so we're finally getting to that point. So it took 5 episodes, but we're getting there. So as somebody who is addicted, you could ask Julie, as somebody who is addicted to the Game Show Network.
Yes.
I love the Game Show Network. Like, especially if you follow my Twitter, like, that's all my Twitter is. It's like, oh, look, who's, like, on the match game. Oh, look, who's on Password Plus. Look who's on Super Password. Look who's on Classic Concentration.
Yes.
Why is Alex Trebek wearing the sweater? That's all my Twitter is. So the fact that he was like, what's my crime? Which is clearly a reference to what's my line.
Right.
And they even have, like, where the two people are like, are you a villain? Yes, I am. Oh, goody. Like, it's clearly like, I loved it. Because I also like what's my line.
Yes.
So I was really all about that. The whole, like, where the Joker somehow switched the belts.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, that's a hit below the belt.
Yes.
What? Like, come on. I am all about the dad jokes. But come on. Like, that was bad. That was big. Yeah, no. Can't even do that one. The whole, like, the champagne christening the ship. And Batman's like, I have a headache. And Robin's like, headaches aren't contagious.
Yeah.
Doctor's orders. Really? Come on. Like, just take the damn pill.
Right.
So, I mean, and that's about that point's where it started, like, slowly fading for me. Because after that, like, I don't know, we get the big fight scene and that's about it.
Yeah.
Which, that fight scene, like, you can clearly tell everybody's a stunt double.
Right.
Like, that's clearly not Cesar Romero as the Joker. And I don't know, like, the whole thing, it started out really strong, and then it kind of petered out toward the end for me.
Yeah.
Which, as a big fan of the Joker, I don't know, I'm so, like, you have no idea. I'm so happy we're watching this show. We have blazed through 6 episodes like nothing. But, I don't know, like, what jumped out to you? Like, were you expecting more? Were you expecting less? I guess we'll jump straight to the final thoughts. What are your final thoughts for this?
Well, we didn't talk about Aunt Harriet.
Oh yeah, there's Aunt Harriet. I already forgot about Aunt. I forget about Aunt Harriet every story. Like, I forgot about Aunt. I'm like, Aunt who?
You didn't notice that she was wearing the same dress in every episode.
Which now I'm going to look out for. Because part of me wonders, like, is she wearing the same dress every episode?
Or is it the same
Did they just film it all at one time?
Yeah,
because
that's possible.
She's only in, like, what, 10 minutes of every episode?
Yeah,
if that. So I wonder if they just filmed her all at one time. But now I'm going to look for it. Because she was wearing, like, what? Like a green dress? Like the dark 70s.
60s.
Which, yeah, it came out in the 60s. But yeah. Which one of the first houses I lived in was built in the 70s. The bathroom, the only reason I remember it, the bathroom was rose pink and the carpeting was all like olive green. So anytime I see something from the 70s, all I think of is olive and rose. And I'm like, that is the ugliest fucking combination of all time. But evidently it was the rage in the 70s. Like, as somebody who lived through the 70s. Like,
yeah, our house that I grew up in, the countertops were, I want to say, a bright orange looking. Yuck.
Okay.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, but I see where you're going.
Yeah, so
70s, you knew.
They were weird colors.
Yeah.
So, I mean, granted, this was the 60s, but, I mean, you can kind of see, like, where we're going. So, yeah, okay, so we got Aunt Harriet, who, for whatever reason, I cannot keep in my mind. Like, as soon as she pops on the screen, I'm done. I close.
Well, she pops on the scene to check on...
Yeah, and, like, even the last scene where she's like, let's play the piano! Done. Like, I don't care. Like, for whatever reason, as soon as she pops up, I shut down. I cannot focus with her. And it's weird. Like, it's some sort of, like, amnesia thing that she just triggers for me.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Aunt Harriet. I don't know. And she's in like every single episode.
Yes.
But any other closing thoughts?
No.
Okay.
No.
Like I said, we blazed through 6 episodes.
Yes.
We're doing better with this than we did with the whole. We're doing better with this than we did with the serials. So for those who have seen it, I'm curious what you guys think. Like I said, we saw the Riddler, we saw the Penguin, now we've seen the Joker. As big of a fan of the Joker as I am, I was a little disappointed. I wouldn't say this is a bad story, but I was expecting a little bit more. But the other thing to remember, somebody who grew up in the 90s, somebody who's living through 2020, you read the comics, and the Joker's like a homicidal maniac.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do that in 60s TV shows.
No.
So, like, I'm used to seeing the Joker, like, just killing people for fun. Can't do that. So this is a tamed down Joker.
Right.
But it was interesting to kind of, again, see those roots, see those beginnings. And again, like, once we eventually get to, like, 1989 and seeing Jack Nicholson, who is doing his 80s interpretation of the 60s of Cesar Romero. It's kind of interesting. So, loving it so far. 6 episodes. I'm all for it. I'm super excited. So, anything else?
No.
Oh,
I'm looking forward to the next one.
Okay. So, for those who have seen it, go ahead, let me know. If you guys love the Joker, like, what do you think about Cesar Romero? Go ahead, let us know, and we will see you guys next time for the next story, Instant Freeze and Rats Like Cheese.